Hey everybody, we are back for the second half of this video. You can see that I have my housing here with the uncracked or unshattered LCD. We're going to go ahead and just reassemble this phone, going through and making sure we're going to move over the sticker for the IMEI number at some point as well. We're going to start with the 3.5mm headphone jack. We'll go ahead and just set it back into place, making sure that the earpiece is seated nice and flush. And also there is a screw that connects the 3.5mm to the frame. So please don't forget to put that in. We'll go ahead and do that now. Perfect. I'm going to go ahead and put in the sensor front-facing camera. We have this little black clip. You want to start in on the right-hand side of it. You'll see where it slides in under a little overhang by the earpiece, and it'll clip down onto the left-hand side over, and you'll see it snap into place, and it'll be held there. So we're just going to try again, sticking it in underneath the overhang, and then clipping it down. Perfect. All right. Next step is putting in the vibration module, making sure that it's gets put in with the ribbon cable facing towards the opening. Make sure that you put the button portion in. Make sure it seats all the way down. Sometimes you may have to push the button out just a little bit to get it to slide down on the frame side here. Go ahead and just make sure it clips in. You can see that it's still sticking out just a little bit right here. So I'm going to put my dental pick in on the power button. Perfect. Looking nice and flush. Make sure that the power button functions. You can feel it depress, and it feels nice and solid. Go ahead and just pat down the contact portion of the cable here. Alright, the next thing that we're going to do is just go ahead and put in the large piece of the logic board. Make sure that all of these connectors are pushed up and out of the way. Go ahead and stick it down. Make sure the camera seats in nice and flush. Go ahead and start connecting the connectors. This will hold the logic board in place as you reassemble the phone. Make sure that the button for the home button and the back and menu button actually goes underneath this part of the logic board, and the connector just flips over kind of right next to where the stylus is. We'll go ahead and reconnect our LCD connector here as well. Just make sure these are all nice and snug. We don't want to have any display issues. Perfect. The next step is going to put in the bottom charge port. If it did get a little deformed as you removed it, make sure you flatten it back out. There's a little lineup for the hole on that right side, so make sure it fits within the pin. Go ahead and click the connector back down to the top portion of the logic board. We're going to go ahead and put in our little wire cable. Go ahead and snap down the first set. You don't want to use a ton of pressure to do this. Make sure you line it up nice and good. We'll go ahead and just put in the bottom portion of the cable, then run it all the way up here to the top, and put it on the top connector before we seat it into its place within the frame of the phone. Sometimes it can be a little bit tricky on this upper portion, or whatever you've connected first. Just make sure you push down with nice even pressure. We're going to go ahead and insert this wire into its guide all the way down the frame housing here. You can use a pry tool to help you get it into its slot. It's important that you do this, or else the back mid-frame of the phone will actually pinch this cable, and we definitely do not want to have that happen. All right. The next step for us is to go ahead and put the rear frame back on, making sure that it connects and clips down. Start at the top and I just work my way down the sides of the phone, making sure that all of the connectors snap back into place. Perfect. Making sure that the one by the SIM card slot all the way down the interior of the phone where the battery sits is connected as well. Go ahead and insert our battery. We're just going to double check and test it before we put all the screws back in to make sure it's going to power up for us. This phone may actually be dead, out of battery. It looks like it is. It's definitely not wanting to power on for us. Let me grab a charger here real quick before I go too much further. Yeah, it looks to be so. Go ahead and connect our charger in. Give it just a second here. Should see, there we go. Definitely the display is going to function properly for us. Alright, we'll go ahead and put our screws in the back of it. Give it a little time to gain some battery life here. This connector, this charger that I'm using has a little bit of lip on the cable, so I'm just going to maybe prop it up here in a second. Don't break the charge port on this phone. Go ahead and put in all of the screws we took out all the way around. You don't have to put them in extremely tight, just want to snug them up. The majority of these screws will have a little bit of paste on them that holds them in. So you don't have to really stick them in there. Just use this little pry tool to prop the phone up as I screw these bottom screws in. Excellent, making great progress. Just a few more screws to go. Almost finished. All right. Go ahead and put the back cover on here. Snap it in all the way around. Put the stylus back in. We'll go ahead and see if it'll power on for us now. Perfect. Looks like it's going to start right up for us. Now, like I was saying, if I do get the glass-only replacement on this phone, I'll definitely post a video. I'll post a video of me removing the glass off of the broken assembly. But again, I can't show you the LCD powering on because the other one is completely shattered. So if I do have a different one, I'll post that as well, but I'll keep you guys up to date on this. You can see that the touchscreen's working for us and everything's functioning for the phone. So if you guys have any questions or any comments, hit me up in the comments field. More than happy to help anybody out looking to repair this phone. As always, thanks for watching the videos, and I will see you guys on the next one.